What's going on, Pussycats? This is the charming champion of Chi-Town, Marc from Bergantino, and I'm here with the new firmware update 3.0 for the Super Pre. A lot of cool bells and whistles under the hood, making it a lot more user-friendly for everybody. As you might know, we have the top layer menu, which has all your quick settings that you can cycle through, your like compressor, overdrive, the crossover, distortion, and all that stuff in your 4-band EQ. And then there's a lot of stuff in the deep menu settings. And we found out through talking to artists such as yourselves and customers and things, we use that feedback to figure that maybe we can take some of the stuff that's in the deep menu setting, put it on the top layer menu, make it much more accessible. So I'm going to show you what the new changes are and everything. As you hit the program button, you scroll over to, you get to the crossover section, and you'll notice that we put the low pass filter in there. We figured that that's going to be a lot more usable when you're fine tuning your distortions and stuff, rather than having to go back and forth to menus and stuff. So we remove the DLPF and put the VLPF there instead, because that makes much more of a difference for your distortions. Then if you go over to this page right here, this is what I'm excited about. You got your tone, you got your gain, you got your frequency, your center frequency, and then you got your Q. And the Q is the shape of the Q of the curve on your when you're moving different frequencies up and down. So you got your lows, your low mids, your highs, high mids, and then your treble. So the Q is the shape of the curve. So if you boost your lows on a wide curve, it's going to go up like this. But if you switch this over to like narrow or notch, makes that curve a lot thinner, and you can really isolate that shit. So like, let's say you're on a gig and you're like, oh geez, I really like to have 50 hertz boosted, and you can kind of boost up all those extra lows and stuff underneath. You could do that. You got your tone bass, you could switch the gain up, you could pull it down. Let's say you're in a scenario where you're like, your sound person's just like, ah geez, Marc, your high mids, you got 1.5K and it's piping hot. Can you do something about that? No problem, tone, I got you. You switch this to notch, you pull these down, and it pulls that frequency down, and Tony is just much happier as a result. We've also got some other things like the auxiliary input gain. You can set that on the deep menu settings. So this is the one I'm the most excited about, because you don't have to cycle back and forth to adjust things to the room. It's right there on the top menu. So let us know what you think.